Ulrich, my guy.
Elvis, how you feeling?
Ulrich, I'm here. I am present. I am available. I
Mm.
am I'm your synchronized swimmer in this podding world.
Wow.
That's off the that's off the top right
Mm.
there.
Man, I mean, I appreciate you be there in the water with me.
Oh,
I'm cool.
pause. Pause. Like
It's
who's a
not. Hey, yo,
yeah,
wait,
like
wait.
there could be a game like who said like everyone is saying things but you gotta be the
Hey, now is pause like the upper class and AO is like the lower class
oh
one?
that's
Where's
such
that?
a good teacher question, I think. Yeah, that's such an educated question. Are the
Because I see a different demographic.
no, the crazy part is everyone is saying the same thing everywhere at the
Yeah.
same time.
Mm.
So you got people saying "Hey yo" in the hood, and people saying "Hey yo" in the suburbs,
Mm.
and they're saying "pause" everywhere as well. So we're all saying the same thing.
But pause only has I know as far as colloquial or casual goes, only has one connotation, and that's kind of gay. But ayo could be like a what's up, ayo.
Yeah, right, right.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
But it's "Hey yo" that the kids are saying.
Hey,
They're
no. It's
saying
like
that
that's not
"Hey
like that. No,
yo"
it's not like that. It's
when
hey
there's
yo.
"Hey
It's like
yo."
that's
Ah,
it's like
right.
rearing back. Yeah.
Do you ever participate in the pause worthy things? Yeah, you do. I hear you say pause
In the
sometimes.
no, I don't. No, I don't say that. I didn't say no. I
We've
don't
said
say
it in
that.
the pod, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Do I have to go back to all these pods
No,
and then
you say
do
pause. You say pause constantly. You say
right?
pause. But that's not. I don't say pause, or not to my recollection. I don't think
You
I don't
know
say
Damon
pause.
Dash is the one who created that pause movement.
No,
Damon
he's
Dash.
very talented. And,
Yeah, he's very what's the word? He's a trendsetter. If not even a trendsetter, he's a needle mover. He moves the needle, or used to move the needle.
he's got very. I've seen a lot of interviews with him, and every time he just flips out.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
always
yeah.
flipping out.
He's known for flipping out.
I'm sure he's a nice guy at
Boom.
some points. Oh, that's it, man.
Come on. Look. With the pocket square in the pocket.
You're both retro and futuristic.
Retro
So-
futuristic. These
At
are
the
my
same
V
time.
glasses. I look at
Mm,
these as my V glasses. But here's the thing.
yeah.
I have pictures of me from 20 years ago wearing this style glasses. It
Mm.
hasn't changed. I have not changed as much as I think I've changed.
So
I
the
haven't
glasses are kind of
changed.
timeless.
Boom.
Yeah,
There we go.
it's crazy. Like,
I was driving around listening to Chicago on my way here. Saturday in the park. I
wait,
think it was the 4th of July.
oh, I
They
don't
need
know
to
that
turn that
song.
into a hip hop
Oh,
song.
I
Bad.
don't know that
Oh
song. Oh,
man, hip
crazy.
hop needs that damn song. They're
Huh?
copying
You
everything.
sure they did that has been sampled? That sounds very sampleable.
Yeah. I'm sure it was sampled. I've been waiting such a long time. And then the camera comes in. Saturday in the park. I think it was the 4th of July. And then they have the horns. Yo, I need
Yeah,
Kanye
see,
on that ASAP. Come on.
that definitely sounds like Chicago. The only one I know is the 2564 song. That sounds exactly with that freaking crazy sound.
Yeah, exactly.
Trumpet.
Chicago's good. So how was your week?
It was good. Thanks. Yesterday Thanksgiving, my cousins came.
Nice. And when you
That
say
was cool.
cousins, guy, girl, what's going on? Kissing cousins?
No,
or
two they're fraternal twin men.
fraternal twin men?
Yeah,
Okay.
both very different, very different.
And
One's
they're
a little,
totally different.
yeah, completely different. One's a little more very conversational, kind of almost similar to me. Super conversational, can have a conversation with anybody. Very
Right.
comfortable, confident. The other one's a little more reserved, but and
Mm.
he's like always he has a like a I don't know. He reminds you of Tyler the Creator. He like makes music and he just has a crazy weird sense of humor, like a really weird sense of humor. And
Like a
I'm
dark
not gonna
sense of
talk
humor?
about it. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk. His sense
Okay,
of
let's
humor
leave
is
it
so
a
weird. I don't even
we
want
can
to
leave it
talk
a
about.
mystery. We can leave
Well,
it a
they-
mystery. We don't
it's,
have to talk about everything.
very odd sense of humor, but he's
And,
hilarious. He's a funny guy and a sweetheart.
and let me just ask this question: they're fraternal twins.
Yeah.
So, is it the same father, or the mother just got frisky
No,
with two
fraternal.
men?
No, fraternal twins.
Fraternal twins. That means they're in their own. They're
No,
in their
no.
own sack. They're in their
No,
own.
that means they're just not identical.
That does not only what it means.
No, that's
Fraternal.
not.
Fraternal twins are individual. They're not in the
Yeah,
same.
no, that's not. I think they're not. They don't. What is it? Is it the same? The same egg isn't fertilized or something. It's not the same.
Right.
It's still. It's one. It's still the same parents. It's just that
So we
they're not
assume.
in the same egg. They're
So
not,
so
no,
so
that's
is the
not-
assumption.
No, that's correct. You're saying crazy things. No, I don't know the exact. I don't know the exact
because,
jargon.
you know,
but
it is
that's-
possible that the mother got up in the morning, they hooked up with dad, and then on her lunch break, hooked up with, you know.
Thinking about my aunts, the Asians.
Well, how do they look as far as they look?
They look very different. They look very different.
How's their complexion?
Dark. Well, their father's was pretty dark, so they're like one's darker than the other one.
How much difference of a darkness?
Not.
Nothing where you would speculate that mom was with two men in the same 48
I always remember
hours.
them differently. I always
Well, I
remember
think
one
it's
being.
24
I always remember
hours.
one being much lighter.
Right.
But this thing seemed to be a lot closer.
Right. But you were happy to see them, I'm sure.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
The first generation of the first generation.
Right. Because you guys are the first generation out of that situation over there from the motherland.
Yeah.
But you were born here, so it's really
Yeah, me
your
and
mother's
them,
situation.
me and them were the first
You were
people
born.
there.
You were born here.
Yeah, here. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But it was cool. We caught
Only
up a
difference
lot of
is that
stuff.
your mother met Carl Withers at the
Oh
time.
my gosh,
Well, you-
this Carl Withers nonsense. But anyway,
There's this rumor that I spread that Ulrich's dad is Carl Withers.
what a digression. but no, but Thanksgiving was very cool. Thanksgiving was was cool. We chatted, we hung out. It was it was cathartic in a way. It was relaxing.
Right. That's
Yeah.
great, man. Thanksgiving should be like that.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be celebrating the myth and you know how they say the history will be told by the winners, you know. So we won this amazing feat of genocide, and then we created this amazing story to bring families together. And really what it does is it has you hate the people that you're sitting around eating around, and you're eating way too much, and then there's way too many leftovers, and now there's so many bougie people that won't even take any food to go because they don't even have the concept of how to heat up food unless it's instructional. You have to give out instructions on top of the plate and aluminum foil, then they might take it. But it's good that you had a good experience. I, on the other hand, just was at I went to a Chinese buffet. Yeah. And they advertise as having lobster, steak, and crab legs. That's like one of their big
Those are
push.
three big things.
Yeah. My son had the steak. I tried. No, I didn't even eat the lobster. It was like nothing in the shell. The shells were like they just overcooked it so much it obliterated the actual meat inside. It was pretty sad. But the turkey was really good. I mean, the turkey was outstanding.
They made a turkey?
Yeah, they had a
No
turkey
duck?
there. They didn't have any duck, but they also had a hibachi grill. So you can go over to the grill area, and then you can choose.
Oh, were they cooking in front of you?
Yeah. You can choose whatever you want. You can choose the rice or the noodle, the egg, the vegetables, and then they'll throw it on the grill, hibachi style, and then you get to choose which kind of seasoning you want. I told them give me a little garlic sauce and some soy sauce, and it was pretty good. I was happy with it. None of us overate. We didn't overindulge, so that really made me feel really good to not overindulge, despite the fact that we were in an all-you-can-eat buffet kind of a situation, you know.
It could be very tempting.
Right. So I was really pleased with myself. So the week was okay. You know, we're trying to make it in this beautiful country full of massive opportunity. The land of milk and honey is out here. So, you know, I'm all for it. The dreamer and what am I? I'm a dreamer and
But you're not the only one.
yeah. What am I? I can't remember what I am. I'm an optimistic dreamer.
You're an optimistic dreamer.
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
So that's, even though when I was younger that would get in the way. Because I would be on the train on the way to work, and my optimism was that I didn't have to catch the 8:50 train. The optimism was that I could catch the 9 o'clock train and just jog real fast the 4 blocks to work, and I'll be able to punch in the clock by 9:03. You know,
so you're just,
I was
just had poor planning.
Yeah, so the optimism when in my youth, my optimism was
made you late for stuff.
Made me late, made me irresponsible, because I kept seeing that there was gonna, it's gonna get better. I'll be okay if I take, I could take a little longer. I could hit the snooze button one more time. I had to learn as I gotten older that was just really irresponsible.
Yeah.
So that's why I like to be on time. I'm a stickler for being on time. I find that to be a true character flaw for so many people, just being late.
You're not on what they call a CP time?
Not any longer. No, not any longer.
There was a time you were on CP. Oh yeah, well, like you were saying,
with the optimism dreamer. And then I would say to myself things like, the dreamer aspect of it is like, oh, it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason. When I might meet my wife on the train. The first train, she wasn't on that. The second train that I'm late, that we're gonna have to run to work, I might meet her then. So.
That's sweet and crazy to think like, oh man, I don't even remember thinking like that.
I mean, then I turned 25 and grew up. This is all, youthful things.
No, I mean, but that's kind of nice,
Like Kevin Samuels fixing primping.
Thanks, you look fresh, man.
Thanks, man. So let's get into the first video. Is that cool?
Yes,
you have that?
Yeah, I got it.
Let me grab that energy drink because I am still. Watch your elbow.
Wait, move on, you grab it.
Oh, that's gonna fall. I got Ulrich a few snacks over here.
No,
we all know how much Ulrich likes his snacks.
Hey, man, I might as well eat so much crap on Thanksgiving.
Right. How are you people out there in the interweb of things? I've been thinking a lot about that restaurant that I was thinking if I did open one, I would open up the one that's for the introverts. The introverted restaurant where you don't have to speak to anybody. You order. Get a table.
It's in the little booths.
Yeah, you have the little booths and stuff. Yeah, I've been really thinking about that.
The Japanese people do that same thing or something.
It was ramen. It was a ramen spot.
Ramen spot.
I've been thinking a lot about that, and I even came up with a name, if I can remember the name. The name was it was a play on the introverted. Anyway, if it comes to me, I'll let you know.
Yeah, maybe I remember us talking about something like that last week.
Right. It was, we showed the video of it, so I just been thinking a lot about it. How cost efficient it would be.
Well, maybe somebody will latch on to that. Now you're giving it away to the world.
That's okay. I can't afford to have all my dreams come true. So if somebody else wants to give it some real legs, an idea that I have, that's fine.
All right. Let me see.
El tipo tiene que estar enamorado. ¿Quién es el tipo? Yo quiero ver el tipo cuando él fuma. Ay. Mira qué mamá, huevo.
Is that the guy who's looking at the girl hanging on the balcony?
Yeah.
Mira qué desgraciado.
No, this was. I don't know why I even sent that to you. You sure that's the first one?
That's the first one. That's the first one I get.
Well, it was about a woman. She's on the balcony, and the guy's wife is like screaming on him. It's nothing there.
Yeah.
It's just someone observing someone's.
A 19-year-old girl is being sold like a commodity. Soon she becomes the wife of a 45-year-old man. Her mother counts the money on the spot. Observing her expression, she seems quite satisfied with the transaction. The girl's price surpasses that of most locals. She even gives a thumbs up, praising the man's generosity. This is a slum in the Philippines. They live in shanties for generations below. There's an endless sea of garbage. A foul smell can be sensed from afar. Every local family has 6 or 7 children, and 80 of them are girls. It's truly a land of daughters, because there's no means of livelihood. Becoming a commodity has become the only way out. Whenever tourists come here, whether they are 12 or 13, or even under 10 years old, girls gather around, hoping foreign visitors will choose them to take them away from this dirty and chaotic slum. And their price is very low, usually around 10,000 pesos, equivalent to about $200. Compared to the cost of getting a wife domestically, it's almost like giving them away. For someone earning $5,000 a month, coming here means having 3 or 4 wives, living a life of abundance. The girl in front of us just turned 19. She is the eldest in her family, with a younger brother and 2 younger sisters. She has always wanted to alleviate the family's financial pressure. Today, she caught the eye of an older man. Due to her good looks, the man unprecedentedly offered 100,000 pesos, the highest price in the local area. This deal made the girl's mother overjoyed, and the girl gave all the money to her parents, hoping for a better living condition at home. Although it's a transaction for a wife, the wedding ceremony is not to be skipped. The man is already 45 years old, with a stable economic foundation. He also organized the most luxurious wedding in the local area for the girl. People look on with envy, wishing that the person in the wedding dress is themselves. Because marriage is like a second life. Choosing to marry a local boy, they would have already had children at the age of just becoming adults and still be living in this slum with no change in life. But marrying a wealthy foreigner, even if he is older, they can escape from here. Having suffered since childhood, they are tired of this life, eager to break free. The older man is happy to have such a tender wife, with the age difference being like an old bull with tender grass, in their simple wooden house. They hold the local wedding ceremony. The girl joyfully dances the local money-grabbing dance, all gifts from relatives and friends, symbolizing an increase in wealth. After the local ceremony, the man can't wait to kiss his new bride, prompting cheers from the crowd. Sitting outside the door, the younger sister secretly wipes away tears, not sure if she envies her sister's wedding or if she's anticipating the day she will be sold.
All right, let me just say this. This is a robot voice. It's not a regular person's voice, so this is just someone who typed this up, and the robot is explaining these clips. It's low-hanging fruit, and a lot of it is not real. This man is there, and the man has to shower with the family. He has to present the money, offer the money to the daughter, and the daughter has to, of course, agree to be with this man. And it's a lot of different rituals and different steps that you have to take.
Shower like unclothed?
No, they shower with like maybe shorts on, but it's a ritual for. He definitely has to shower with the father.
Okay.
That's like one of the rituals that you shower with the father, and
okay, what's with the not a lot of men in these poor countries?
Well, most of these men are going off to find work if they can't.
No, not a lot of like men being born.
Why are there not a lot of men being born? Well, women outnumber us just on the regular. No matter what you do with that, the women will always outnumber the men. But I guess this was a little magnifying, showing all these women and where the men.
Yeah, they said it was
80% men.
Yeah, versus, that's 80% women.
Right.
Isn't that that's not natural anyway.
So I guess the question when I looked at this,
what are they putting in the water?
When I looked at this, I was like, what's it comes across. For me, this propaganda piece comes across as something bad. This 45-year-old man is with this 19-year-old woman, and he's paying for her.
Oh.
You didn't get that.
I didn't think they were like making it as a negative thing. I thought it was more so looking at how like crappy how their I forgot what is it of life? It's something of life.
Quality
Quality of life.
of
Yeah,
life.
their quality of life is that they just get excited. They openly are open to just leaving their entire lives behind for a different opportunity. And they don't know how rich their people are because all we know is that people can afford a plane ticket and $200. So we don't know how much.
See, that's where the propaganda lies. This man would have had to have assured these family that there's gonna be a better life.
Yeah.
Where we're talking about, she will be able to wire her parents a couple of $100 a month,
Yeah.
where they're only making $30 a month, if that. She'll be able
Oh,
to
you think
send them.
you think that'd be the arrangement outside in addition to that?
Absolutely,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah, but they're just thinking. Yeah, it's just they're really belittling how extenuous the process actually is.
Right.
And making it. I got you.
Well, like the small hats. The small hats have this thing where you have to write a note to the father promising that if you and his daughter break up, she'll get X amount of money. It's something like I can't remember the name for it. It's if I was a better YouTuber, when you look at this video, it will pop up right here.
I guess it's assuming
right along this line, it'll what that is, and it's like some sort of, it's like a
Do you want to look
contract.
this up?
No. It's a sort of a contract, and so this is something that's being done all the time. This is
It
nothing.
sounds great. That seems like that actually protect the man.
It would.
Oh,
be,
but then
yeah.
it's a girl. It's not marriage. It's just girlfriend and boyfriend.
No, it's marriage. It's marriage. If marriage doesn't work out, then
and it's not legally binding. It's just like
Well, I'm sure there's
My
ways
word.
of going around things with legalese.
yeah.
But I looked at this. I mean, the girl was very attractive. That was another thing too. Did you
She's
see how
alright.
she was a very attractive young lady?
She was okay.
And yeah, I mean, she's in the Philippines with,
No, I mean I don't think I think Filipino women are cute. I dated a half Filipino.
Yeah, I've dated a couple of Filipino girls.
They're cool.
They were cool. Not really, maybe I'm lying. Maybe those were prostitutes. I don't think that's
No, I
considered, I don't think that's considered dating.
I dated one that lived by Forest Hills.
Right. Anyway, I say that in jest, though. I'm just talking. I'm talking crap.
Yeah.
But I think I don't have a problem with this.
I don't have a problem.
I think this is something that more people need to be doing. Most women, especially this young woman that's 19 years old,
Yeah.
is possibly a virgin.
Yeah, that could very well be
like
true.
where are the virgins at? Like there's
she's
no
not.
virgins.
She has no baby or anything. You can just can't assume there's. I don't
Well,
know. Assume there's no prophylaxis. I don't know.
Well, maybe
That could be.
maybe she's not a virgin. Maybe I'm just reading too into it. Like how, my issue is there are not enough of this going on. I would be lying if I didn't say that my daughter, if she was able to find a suitor, I would prefer her to understand relationships instead of chasing after love and this love bug. I love this person so much, I want to marry them and spend the rest of my life and have my kids with them. And I'm going to be like, whoa, you guys are going to be poor. You're going to be struggling. Or do I want my daughter to be in a better situation and maybe even have it where it's arranged? I'm like all for the arrangement, because people, they make bad decisions, when they're chasing love and this kind of stuff. I think that this kind of concept needs to be more it needs to be done more than what's being done now, if that makes any sense. What say you?
Oh.
I keep finding myself trying to correct my wording, so it's like hard for me to be just candid about.
That's all right, man.
I think this is freaking a great idea. I think more people need to adopt this idea where the men will be like, this is what I have to offer.
Yeah.
And I promise to do that. What do you say?
I mean, I don't know that I would personally be into being arranged or something like that, in which the family, the two families have a discussion or something along those lines.
All right.
Because to be honest, I don't even know how well I'd stack up to somebody up in who I find alluring. But that's not. But I think that's partly it. But it's also, I wouldn't mind being set up to or introduced to somebody, because then ultimately you go from there. But I don't know if I can do the marriage at first sight thing. You sound like a Wookiee. But I don't know if I can do the marriage at
What's a Wookiee?
The
From Star Wars?
Yeah.
So you're saying you started to like mumble in a Wookiee way?
No, the freaking nigga spit was in my.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway, I saw that comment. But yeah. Where was I going with that point? He told me the Wookiee stuff just sent me on a trajectory in my head.
Well, you were saying how you wouldn't mind being introduced to someone, but you're not sure about the whole. It's interesting that you say that, because one of these clips has to do with the introduction of couples and people and things like that. So go to the next one. Let's see what it holds.
From the future, it's like, I see that's a MoFax reference.
Goggles. That's what MoFax was saying.
There we go. All right.
A 19-year-old girl is being sold like a commodity.
Like a commodity.
Oh, get over it. Why you guys? Oh, I didn't even.
A 19-year-old girl.
I really need to pick up on that.
Like a commodity. Like,
you
come on.
You see, because I actually didn't really pick up on.
Why are women getting BBLs? Because it's part of their. They've turned that into a commodity.
But those, clearly I just skipped over those 3 words in my head, because they really represent this as a truly negative thing.
Right.
They started off there.
Negative.
Yeah. It's fun. The good thing, I'm not too attentive anymore to a lot of these videos, especially how it's being framed.
Right.
But so I could be missing. But I could be missing on nuances, but I'm also missing out on the propaganda, because
exactly.
So I'm really just taking it at face value.
This guy's 45 years old. You know how many 45-year-old men going to get on the plane now?
Yeah.
I'm going to the jungle. Get me a wife. But here's the thing, though. With a lot of people, here's the argument with this.
Yeah.
The argument is that you can't bring her to the States. Because if you bring her to the States, she's going to change. So you got to keep her in the Philippines, get you a high-rise, become a nomad, work from your computer, and have her do all these things for you. But keep her in the Philippines. Don't try to move to the States, because she's going to change, and in 3 years, she's out of there.
She just needs to now have friends. I think that would help. Or have me.
Well, she's gonna make friends. She's gonna be doing laundromat. She's gonna be doing groceries. The people at the grocery store. She's gonna be, the place where they do the laundering. All these different places.
Dude, there's gonna be such a language gap, such a culture shock. She's gonna have a hard time relating. It'll alienate her further. She's gonna depend on you for her companionship. And boom. So I think that'll slow down a lot of the change. Unless but I think problem is gonna lie probably you, because since you're her only connection to the world, she's gonna start connecting with your family. So it's probably your sister or something that's gonna put something in her ear, or your mother that's what's gonna get her acting different. Like, don't let him talk to you like that. I think that'll make her change.
That's hilarious.
Who knows,
all right, let's
man.
go to the next one.
Right.
That's a good one. That's funny.
Wait, it's the third one. All right.
Now, you tell me if this makes sense to you.
Bird McGird.
There's this guy that goes to my church, and this lady that I know, and she introduced me to the guy maybe like this past summer, so like some months ago, right? Introduced, I'm like, hey, how are you? It was a real nice introduction, and then that was it. Apparently, he's interested. So, talk to me. So on Sunday, she saw me. I hugged her, hey, how you doing? She was like, let me introduce you to this young man. I said, ma'am, you've already introduced me to him before. And she was like, I have? I said, yeah. She was like, well, he's a great young man, and I feel like y'all two, it would be nice if y'all two, spend some time together. I said, he doesn't say nothing to me, so I don't say nothing to him. And she was like, Well, he said that you said you don't be looking his way. Let me repeat myself. He don't say nothing to me, so I don't say nothing to him. I don't pursue. I don't chase. I don't insert myself. I don't do none of that. Now, mind you, this man works on the parking lot ministry, right? Or the ministry that's outside telling you where to park and stuff. Sweetie pie, you trying to talk to me? Tell me you'll park my car. Save me a parking spot close to the door. Okay? Tell me you'll drive me up to the front, or you'll meet me up at the front, and then you'll go park my car for me. That's how you talk to a woman. I don't know what be possessing y'all to think that we as the women gotta do the pursuing, the chasing, and all of that. Baby, I accept what's given to me. I reciprocate. But to reciprocate something, it has to be given to you first. No. Over are the days of me putting myself out there. Over are the days of me inserting myself. Over are the days of me looking dumb, desperate, and dusty. Over are those days. Like, that was never my style. Why would I start now? I don't care how good of a young man he is. If he's a young man who is deaf, mute, and dumb, then I don't want to talk to him. Like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of it, y'all. I'm so over these men. It's sassy. You a grown tail man, and you can't open up your mouth and say hello to somebody, and your excuse is, oh, she don't look my way. Make me look your way. Give me something to look at. Like, that's why I be quiet, because if you can't even speak to me in the parking lot, you sure can't handle me in this mouth. Make it make sense. If you're going to do anything in this world, make it make sense. Okay? Because I'm over it. I'm over it. If it's just me and my daughter for the rest of my life, me and my baby, we're going to be all right. We're going to have a good life.
I didn't even hear this part. Oh my God. I didn't hear up there.
Oh, is that what the end of the video? Because that's perfect.
Yeah. I did not hear the ending of this video. I heard the first like 10, 15 seconds, and I sent it to you. That's hilarious. She's a single mother talking all this shit. I didn't even hear that. Oh my God.
I mean, I was
kind of riding
at first, but you were.
I was riding with her. Like, yo. Because, you know, I'm against being with the aggressive woman. I'm against liking who likes you.
Putting yourself out there.
I'm against that. I'm against liking who likes you. That to me.
Wait. Liking. Wait. You're.
I was raised as a kid to like who likes me. That's what my father told me. He says, you know, I like who likes me, and I don't do that. I like to pursue the woman that I want to be with. I pursue her, and I let her know I like her. Like, yo, I'm letting you know I like you, and that's how I would roll. Because to me, women that pursue men are overly sexualized, and they're into that competition. They're into that whole thing of getting a man, like catching a man, like you catch fish. You throw the net out, and she's gonna throw her net out, and she's gonna work the room. A woman is gonna work the room. She's gonna be looking at your watch. She's gonna be looking at your shoes. She's gonna be, you know, looking for these cues, and then she's gonna be on the prowl. I'm not interested in a woman on the prowl.
Oh, I'm completely interested in that if they're attractive.
Yeah. I'm not interested in women that are liking on me, and then
if they're attractive though, you don't interested in that. You're not interested in an attractive woman that puts herself out there?
Not for a relationship.
I don't know about that's crazy, man.
Not for a relationship.
The confidence and attractiveness, because you can stifle that, because she's not gonna be confident when she's into you, because it's not gonna seem like she's gonna win an argument with you, you know. But she's confident enough that she wants you enough to put herself out there.
Right.
I find that endearing, man. I'm into that.
No, I'm not into that. I think aggressive women that are stepping to men are part of, like, bartenders. They step to men. You know, bartenders are step to you. A host at a place, she'll step to you. The chick that's who else is gonna step to you? The chick at the shoe store who's sizing your shoes up.
Oh, really?
The chick at the bank who knows your bank account, how much money you make. These are the women that gonna make. They're gonna step to you. You're gonna be at the bank counter, and you're gonna either be withdrawing or depositing money, and they're gonna go out of their way to let you know, I like you, I'm feeling you, what's good. I don't want a relationship with these women. I would just have, some sort of like fling would be my goal for that. And so I'm not into but I do understand so in other words, I understand what she's saying. She's like, if you like me, don't wait for this old lady to introduce you to me. And now this is the third week she's reintroducing me to you, acting like she didn't introduce you to me, and you just standing around with the shy face, looking all nervous and stuff like that.
Okay, it's weird if they already maybe I missed this part. Did they already have introduced each other?
The woman introduces her. Weeks later, she reintroduces her, and she's like, "I know who he is. He don't ever talk. He don't say nothing."
Oh, all right. That is a little weird from the guy's point of view, that you haven't talked after you got an introduction.
Right.
That's weird. But
and then she's like, hook me up with some parking when I get to the church. Make sure you got a spot for me. Let me know you feeling me. I agree with her 100%. Yeah. The problem is that she's so aggressive in the way she talks and all that. Then she even said something about her mouth. Her mouth. So she's one of these back-talking, contentious, lips poked out kind of a chick. Yeah. So,
And even when she talks soft, it's just not real. I know it's such a like, oh, it's just boiling under the surface. Right. So I don't even know if she can hide that aggression. And I think the truth is he didn't talk to her for a reason. I think. Right. And look at her. She looks crazy. Look at her hair. What's she doing?
I don't know, man. Yeah. She's aggressive as hell.
Come on, the single mom.
And she's a single mom. So she's one of these chicks, and then she said she was very contradictory when she said, "Yeah, that version of me is no longer exists." I'm too old for that. I'm too old to do that. So
that's never been. Oh, she said that's never been me.
Then she changed it to that's never been me. Which one is it? Is that person that you used to be no longer around, or you never was that person? So she was the aggressive girl, stepping to dudes, having the baby out of wedlock, possibly. Allegedly, and now she's this aggressive chick, with her hand movements and all that.
When a woman gets angry or animated, they just start telling their legend. It just starts embellishing and embellishing themselves. That's what she probably didn't even do that meant to lie, misrepresent herself on purpose. She was just I think she was so heated she had to build herself up in the middle of herself like that. But they it's always a interesting pattern.
And as we go along, this has a theme of the videos that I sent you. As we go along, it's going to explain to this woman. These videos will help explain to this woman why is it that men are not taking the initiative. Why are men not my father, when he told me to like who likes you, he explained to me why. He explained to me why.
Yeah, go.
Now, I'm not going to say it right now. We're going to go to the next video, and then we'll reveal itself.
But I don't know if this was going to come up later, but what's it called? I think we were talking about this last week, and actually me and my cousins were talking about this yesterday, that I'm not like a supermarket game kind of guy, like a daytime playboy. I'm like a nighttime playboy.
Game. No, because you need that liquid courage.
No, it's not that. No, I don't need liquid courage. That is a misrepresentation. All right. It just doesn't feel appropriate.
You need the night atmosphere.
No, it's just that it's
you need
not
a
that
chick
it's
with her makeup on and her come F me dress and shoes.
No.
Liking you at the bar, and you can have a good time.
It's just that time and place for what I want done. It's just not the time and place in supermarket. Supermarket is I don't know. But anyway, that I don't know if that pertained to what this lady was saying, because she's like, she needs a man to be aggressive or something, or be more, I guess, in the morning when he's seeing her at her places of work to go bother her. Which that's weird for me. I don't know. All right.
Let's go to the next video. What you're saying is not liquid courage you're doing. It's
I don't need liquid courage.
it's just circumstance.
It's just it feels weird to do it like when it's not that I wouldn't be confident doing it. It's just like,
How do you feel about body?
you know, you're at work or something, or you're at the laundromat.
Oh, the laundromat used to be the best place to get a girl. Especially that's when you start folding your stuff like you in the military. Making it look like you start
Dude, have you tried to go in and
color
out?
coordinating, and the girls are just losing their mind over that stuff. And don't put fabric softener in the back section where you know where it goes. Oh, you're getting somebody out of that damn. Nowadays, it's unfortunate. I go with my wife to the laundromat sometimes, and there's no hot chicks in the laundromat anymore.
I mean,
like I remember there used to be. Now it's just like
just
few and far between.
It's kind of hot. So I mean, it's nice in the wintertime.
Right.
But,
well, I don't feel anything, right? But what I think about body count is, I think that after a certain amount of sexual encounters, I think that would definitely disqualify a woman from being in a relationship with me.
No, what's too much for you?
To me, shit, man, really like more than 3, man. More than 3, more than 4.
You think that's realistic in today's day?
Well, it depends where you're looking, brother. I mean, out here, probably not. I'm a firm believer in you'll attract what you are. There's certain places you don't go in expecting a different outcome. So, for example, I'm not going to go to the club and expect a woman with 3 bodies.
So is your body count less or more than 3?
I think that it doesn't matter when it comes to a man's body count because, one, women look for men with experience, right? Is that necessarily always sexual experience? No. However, considering the fact that men, we're not 100% ran by our emotions like women are, it's harder for a man to lose the ability to bond with his partner, with his wife or his girlfriend versus a woman. After a certain amount of bodies, a woman's going to lose that ability.
How much do you think that would be?
We're talking about, evolutionary psychology is more than 5. So, studies show that after a woman has more than 5 sexual partners, her ability to pair bond with a man drops from 80% to 20% at her virgin. Her ability to be with a man longer than 10 years.
So this young man is reading from some sort of red pill script. He's basically saying this is the Kevin Samuel jargon, the pair bonding. When you're with a woman who has a lot of bodies, when you become one with her, there's this thing that will always be missing. No matter how great the sex is, there's this pair bonding aspects, this chemical in your brain that's not going to be able to. It's like when you cuddle with someone, there's this chemical that's releasing in the brain. And when you're in love with someone or really infatuated with someone, there's a different chemical. Yeah. It's the same kind of concept when you're trying to pair bond with a woman. And you just can't, you're just going through the motions. It's just basically sport. It's not anything that's going to lead.
That's how I feel with all women.
That is a sport. But look where you're meeting these women. And look at the body counts these women have had. You're not meeting up with women with under 5 in the body count world.
Oh, I thought when you were saying he was reading the script that you were disagreeing with a lot of what he's saying.
No, I'm not saying that the script is wrong, but I've heard all of these points. Right. This is a Rollo Tomasi. This is Kevin Samuels. This is even Pearl from Just Pearly Things. All these people are saying the same things. I'm not saying that they're not true, but I'm saying that there's I think I have paper towels in there.
No.
All right. So what say you about a guy who says that he cannot be with a woman with more than 5 men because statistically it shows that there's an 80% chance you won't be with her long term.
I mean, I don't know if I really I don't know if I'd really been that
You and I
choosy
have
when it
talked
comes
about
to
this
that.
a lot.
Yeah.
In the last couple of years, Ulrich and I have talked about this tons of times.
Yeah, but I don't know if because in the first place, I don't know if I really broach that subject. I think I can tell whether or not you've been with a lot of men if we hook up like early on when we just met. So I really just have to take that into account. Because actually, a lot of my relationships, the first or second time we met is, we had sex. So, I think that says more than anything that you've probably been, with you're probably not doing the under 3 level unless I was just that special.
Right.
So,
and
but
you're probably not that special.
no, of course not. But,
Right.
But
where does a man find a woman with under 5 bodies?
I don't know. I mean, I don't really ask that question, and it's not that I don't ask that question out of respect for the woman. I just don't like. It's just an awkward subject and you're just asking for her to either lie or feel defensive.
Okay,
it's just not going to go
also
anywhere.
say this: you never have to ask a woman how many partners she's had.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I don't even broach that subject.
You don't even. But you can tell by the way she moves.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying.
You can tell by not only the fact that she was with you within the first 2 dates, but also the fact is, how does it feel once you're there?
No, but I don't know if that loose, tight, that's not real. It's not real.
So you're saying a woman with no body counts is going to be?
Oh, I had some tight smuts. Oh, please, some smut. You wouldn't even believe how tight, straight smut. This whole.
Let's not be too graphic.
I didn't know what the appropriate word for that would be. The giblets.
Well, you're saying that there was a tight situation that.
Tight with women who I knew to be promiscuous.
Right.
Knew to be promiscuous.
Of course,
and absurdly.
I experienced that too as well.
Yeah, so it kind of was all, but all over the place.
Let me just say this: it's not all about It's not all about the grip.
I thought that's what you were insinuating.
I was just curious as to what you would say to that, but I want to let you know that it's not all about the grip.
Yeah.
There are women that are grip specialists.
No, I'm not talking about grip, just the natural, just the hold of it, not them contracting or not contracting, just simply just how it feels throughout.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
Not just at different points when they got extra grip or all that crap, stuff like that. Yeah, I only had a few women who really did that thing. Maybe
those were the smart ones.
Yeah,
those were the smart ones.
Everyone, like the way you talk about it, you think every woman do that, but that's rarely, because maybe that is only like a promiscuous kind of thing, the grip thing like that. Because I really haven't had a lot of people that does it like actively.
Right.
Anyways, all right, whatever. Continue.
No, I get what you're saying. I hope you over here get what we're saying. And,
no, they can pick up what we're putting down. We got a smart audience.
Right. So what we're doing is we're trying to just basically discuss the points that are just out there. These are, like I said, these are the talking points for the red pill. The red pill are saying all of these things. I agree with it because I have been around very promiscuous women, even have given my heart to some degree to promiscuous women, but it's nothing like being with a person who's very, very low on that count, that body count. The lower the body count, the more of a connection you can make, and it's cosmic. It's totally cosmic. It's something that every man needs to truly experience, and there is a difference. And just the way a woman moves, whether or not they're that person or not. You know a promiscuous woman. And let me tell you something. A lot of these women that are pursuing, that are running after and chasing after and pursuing men, sometimes in order to get to the man they want, they have to smash 2 or 3 people along the way in that same type of circle. So it's unfortunate that it's like that, but I'm all for the low body count and finding and curating that world, like being part of finding where these women will be. Where are they? Are they in church? Are they, well, not really church. Most of these single mothers that are super ex-promiscuous are in the church finding God and smashing the pastor and all that stuff. Let's go to the next one.
All right. Here we go. I'm liking this theme. This is a interesting. I like these version of a theme episode where these videos have a kind of thesis almost.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Synchronicity. Is that the right word?
That works.
It works. Oh, and I started off with the synchronized swimming. So synchronicity, synchronized. You see how
it all comes together.
We're all in
intertwined. What
Yeah.
is smugness? What is this?
What's going on? Okay, did you see that? Play that one more time. Play that one more time. Okay.
That was uncalled for.
This is why the man is not approaching you, love. This is why men are not approaching you. This is why men are not approaching you.
So uncalled for.
Women are out of control with the men that they're not attracted to, which is 90% of the men out there they're not attracted to. This guy is trying to slowly pull up on a chick with Too Short, talking about what's my favorite word, and you know, one of the girls, she says the word B, and she's all with it, but the girl behind her turns to the man and just screams as if she's being sexually assaulted. So this woman who wanted to know why you don't talk to me, why you got to be reintroduced to me, why you want me, because if men are just feeling like, yo, if I pursue these women, even in this environment of having a good time, and this is Too Short, the uncut version. We're not in a room.
Music.
We're not in a room full of church people. This is not a wedding. This is not the like. This is we're at a bar. We're at a club. Your friend is live on TikTok showing off that she knows when to say the word B, and your friend is screaming at a guy who's just trying to step up. You want men to step up, but when they do step up, look how you treat them. It's like, yo. So as you can see, there has been a theme with these videos. It's just women are complaining, but when they get what they want, do they really want it?
I don't even know where did she think she's at a club, first of all, and some guy is coming. There's alcohol coming around. People are. It's a place of dancing.
Right.
And someone's coming up on you. You. How do you have this level of anxiety and can be in this social situation?
Do you
how
see any truth to what she did,
I just don't understand. How is it? I mean, let's just give her the biggest benefit of the doubt and say that's like a specific VIP area where they expect to have that little spot to close off to dance, so they don't expect anybody to be creeping up dancing on them or something like that, and they were startled. But first of all, even if they were startled, a scream is like alerting dangers afoot.
Exactly.
That's like, it's not even a guess.
She could possibly get
flinch.
this guy kicked out the damn party.
Yeah.
They might pick his ass up and kick him out because
did you
now
have a fucking flashback or something like that? How are you out of the club that you're not well adjusted enough where you're conducting yourself like that? So,
women like this are absolutely outrageous. These are the women that.
Yeah, well, something obviously. I'm assuming something happened to her, but that's not that guy's fault.
I don't think anything has ever happened to her. That's why she's responding like this.
That's why you're
responding like this, because you're a jerk.
You need
You're a straight up jerk. Nothing has
Travel
happened to
would
you
do
in
her
your
good.
life.
Travel
You're not
would do her
suffering
good.
from any trauma.
Travel would give her character.
Right. What you're doing is you're trying to get this guy kicked out by security, probably. And if there's a staircase involved, there's security.
I don't even know that that's that cerebral, and that she was thinking enough where she wants to get this guy kicked out.
Yeah, but there are consequences for
I
screaming
think she's
like
just
that.
react. Yeah, I know. I don't
Young
think,
women are told from little girls how to scream.
The problem was
when
she wasn't thinking. That's the thing. She just reacted.
No.
But
she
the
was
fact that-
thinking. This was calculated.
No,
This
that could
is
be
calculated B. She's a calculated B who just doesn't deserve any respect, and I hope she dies alone.
Because she can clearly look dumb because they saw exactly what happened. It's not like she really has the power to get him kicked out. He just danced up on them. Like it's not like, you know. I don't know what her ultimate. Anyway, I don't know what her ultimate plan could be.
Disgusting.
What a woman. And she, you know, she could get it though.
Not for me.
I don't care your bad personality.
I went on a first date. And I
What's the video? Oh, this is another video.
Yeah.
This World Star, man, is freaking. It's a tough platform.
I went on a first date. And when I opened the door, my man was at my front door. And I was like, oh, like, right? And then he hit me with the Rico. He pulled the flowers out. And I was like, wow, this is different, right? So I'm not even paying attention. I brush past it, trying to walk down the steps and get to the door, right? Because I'm not paying attention. I'm just so not used to it. And it just hasn't, like, I just didn't have a lot of practice. He opened my door. I get inside. He closed the door. I immediately went, it's weird. Did you say he opened your car door?
High five.
No. Now let me explain, right? Let me explain. By the time we got to the restaurant, my follow-up text was, y'all, that's my bad. I just realized, and all that stuff we be talking about, we don't really want it. And I felt like he technically did everything that we be saying we be wanting. In my mind, instinctively, my first thought was, he corny. But he really did everything that we want. But it.
Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Another woman I can't stand.
I can say, look, she became aware of her.
You say she's taking responsibility?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right. She's on a podcast looking to tell story time. But let me tell you, it's like her first reaction was that of who she is. You're telling me that a guy shows up to your door and he's not sitting in the car waiting for your ass to come down the stairs and outside. He actually rang your bell. He didn't hit you with the "I'm here," and is sitting in the car waiting for you to open up your own door, get in the car. What he did was he got out of his car, walked to the door, rang the bell. That threw you off because you ain't nothing but a smut. And that's just the reality. You a jump off chick, and you've been a jump off chick all your life. And for her to say, we all the things we say we want, we don't want. No. You don't deserve. You don't deserve any of the stuff that you talk about. But this woman talking about a guy pulled out flowers, and then she said he pulled out the Rico.
What's the Rico?
The Rico is the law enforcement.
Oh, the Rico
Act.
wait.
Nigga, he did not pull out the Rico.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Oh.
This just
For
these women are talking. These women are just talking to be talking. He pulled out the Rico with the flowers. No, the Rico would have been the Mossberg to your damn throat, talking about why you're not appreciating these flowers. What are you talking about? He pulled out the Rico and he hit her with the flowers. So now she jumped down. He opens up the car door. She gets in the car. Before he gets a chance to come around and open up his door, she's already chatting with her friends, talking about he's a clown. He's a sucker. That's this, guys. My energy drink. Forgive me. I can't stand this woman. This is why men are not opening car doors. This is why men are not bringing you flowers. This is why men are not stepping to you, women. This is the reason why women are screaming at you in a bar. Not only are they screaming at you in a bar, they're calling you a sucker for opening up their car door. It's like, what? These modern women get everything they deserve when they're sitting there with their dogs and their dogs are licking their corpses, wondering who's gonna feed me now. Am I gonna have to eat your ass? Because none of your friends are knocking on the door because you didn't want nobody to know where you live, because that's that Rico again. But go ahead, please.
Yeah.
What say you?
I think it's crazy for her to have behaved either frightened or repulsed by him, because it was flat. It was like courtesy. It was courtesy things, and you know, I'm not even gonna go down the path of whether women want it or don't want it, but I
don't want what? What are you talking about?
I'm not going to go down the path of women, you know, women want a guy who would be chivalry or something like that.
For a
I'm not even
going
to go. Because a lot of it, I just feel like it's putting a narrative and we're forced to disagree about stuff. But,
right.
So I think with the, I could see a woman feeling that a guy who does that is trying too hard. And if she articulated it in that way and that made it less attractive, I would kind of understand where she's coming from. Because if I was, I would personally feel incredibly weird doing that for somebody who wasn't my girlfriend. I would never do that for a woman I'm courting. I would feel.
You wouldn't ring her bell, give her flowers, and open up her car door?
I'm courting her? That we're not we're not girlfriend and boyfriend. I wouldn't do that. You see, you know, I for all this stuff I'm, you know, old school about. This ain't one of them. I don't feel comfortable doing that level. Like
on a first date.
On a first date, it's crazy. It's a little weird. It seems laying it on a little thick. You know what I'm saying? But like,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've never given flowers to a woman on the first date. Neither.
Yeah, that's just a little.
I've never done that.
It's just like it really just get to know each other first, something like that. Maybe you want to do something. I just think it's too crazy on the first date. Now, so I can.
But I have
thinking,
and always will open up the car door.
I know. But you know, I don't drive, but I would open up a door for her when she's passing through. Yeah, sure. Right. Yeah, I think the one part I'm emphasizing on is the flowers part. That's weird. Not weird. It's just like it's just a little thick for the first date. But the fact that I think what was really, and I think what's a really crazy weird defense mechanism, the shit that is that she acts like she turns him to be some kind of psychopath or, you know, a crazy person,
like he's
unhinged.
A weirdo.
Like how he's not a weirdo.
Like he's a. No, I'm saying that's what she said.
Yeah.
I don't think that.
Yeah, I can see saying she tries a little too hard, but the weirdo part, come on, like why you gotta go there? Right. Like you just jump off a cliff sometimes with these, and it's these women like that who just go too crazy. Like, oh, he gave me serial killer vibes. What are you talking about? Right, you're just quiet. He gives you serial killer vibes.
I remember
what's the matter with you?
When me and my wife was dating, I took her to One Fish, Two Fish, and we were just like, this is really early in our dating, and I told her, come on, let's walk through Central Park. Because One Fish, Two Fish was 2 blocks away from Central Park. So she says, all right, come on, let's go. So we walking through the park, and she tells me, I thought you were going to rape me and kill me in the park.
Wow.
I was like, why didn't you go in the park with me then? And she was like, I don't know. I said, so you thought that I was gonna take you into the park and have my way with you like that? She's like, yeah. So it just, I was like, what's wrong with you? What vibes did I give you like that? We had dinner, we ate, now we're going for a walk. So come on, let's walk to the park. And that's what we did. We actually crossed the whole park, went to the other side, got in a cab, and I went over to where I was working at the time, I'm sure. Or if, let's say it was my day off, we went, maybe I dropped her off to her house. Whatever the case was, she tells me later, I was going to rape and kill her. I'm like, these women are like brainwashed by all these like A&E, you know, all these like these television programs where these men are these really nice guys, and then they just turn out to be
like
killers.
Yeah.
And then they got families all around the country where they have 3 and 4 kids and 4 and 5 wives, and then when their wife gets them upset, they kill everyone. Like, hello, that's not what's happening here.
Maybe it is television or movies giving them that freaking.
Oh yeah, it's totally in.
But then how come the
ridiculous.
other versions aren't offsetting it somehow? There's just so many versions of so many different people in so many movies, but they just get stuck on that version.
Yeah,
it's
so crazy. I'm like, what did I do to make you feel like that? And but it was crazy. It's like, why would you go in the park then?
No, yeah,
shouldn't you have been like, nah, I don't want to walk to the park.
They just couldn't think of an excuse. They just hope for the best.
I'm just gonna hope for the best. Hopefully he don't.
That was it. That says a lot about women too. That's funny. They need to have a counter. They don't actually have a plan for this.
And mind you, this is a 6'4" woman who at the time was about 160 pounds. 6'4", 160 pounds, majorly athletic and strong. Like, it would have been very difficult to just take advantage of this woman here. You know, I'm like, what are you talking about? So these women are out of control. They're like, and we had this discussion some time ago, I don't know if you remember, where I was like asking the question, what happened to R&B music? And I'm like, what happened to R&B music was feminism, and women like my wife's mom, who was riding around the hood bumping DMX. She wasn't bumping, even though, don't get me wrong, she was into a lot of that whole Jodeci and stuff like that, and Baby I'm Ready and all that, you know, and Teddy Penn, not Teddy, but what's the other guy who passed away? Gerald Levert. She was into Gerald Levert and all that kind of stuff. So it actually had a bad effect on women like my wife, where if I try to play Gerald Levert, and then she'd just be like, oh, my mother played that so much. Like, so she saw love music with a lonely woman. So she didn't make the correlation as that being love. This was more like just something else. So feminism destroyed R&B.
I mean, there isn't as much like soul, like starting from the 2000s, like as far as soul R&B goes, it's like just dwindled and dwindled and dwindled.
Yeah, and then you got away from the
90s. It just could never get away from it. So, but it was good stuff too.
Yeah, but it was also very, very simpy. And then you have people like Bruno Mars talking about, I'll catch a grenade for you.
No, that's fucking, yeah.
I would throw myself on a blade for you.
Yeah.
I will jump in front of a train for you.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, Bruno Mars, slow that simping down. Like, it went too far with that crap. But all I'm saying is just that feminism has destroyed the concept of courting. The concept of courting, like you said, is creepy now.
Yeah,
the concept
I definitely
of courting,
feel creepy doing that.
Like, a woman wants you to pull up in a nice car and sit there and wait for her to open her own door, because if you step out of the car and you walk over and you're like a serial killer gonna kill me, oh my God, he's a creep. Like, what?
That could possibly be a lot to do with the big city compared to maybe smaller towns or something along those lines.
I don't know. I know women from small towns are talking about men ain't open up their doors neither. Mm-hmm. You know, so I don't know.
But the courting, I mean, could happen more. Like, you just don't go, like, you gotta go take them to the quarry or something.
You know who's getting courted? Women who have fathers. Whose fathers want to meet the man you're dating.
Yeah, maybe the sports. You know what, the sports dads, the women who have sports dads, or something like that.
Yeah, the women have sports dads. Yeah, any woman who where the father has to meet the boyfriend.
Yeah, who respect their dad enough where they would actually do it. I think. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. The women these women who without the fathers, they're left to their own. They want to be in love. They don't understand duty. They don't understand what you got to do. What needs to be done. You don't do what you want to do. You do what you have to do. And a lot of people, they don't get that. They want to go through their life not having to recognize what duty is, because we're being pumped from every angle
isn't
about
that more
happiness.
Red pill script.
Is it the script? I don't know, but I honestly, I tell you, man, I think about this stuff a lot. You know, it's like, I would be so much, I don't know if the word is happy, but there's a world of people that would believe that a person's life would be greater when they just do what they want to do. Mind you, all these people that are doing what they want to do, they still got to go to work and do what the boss says to do. And on their free time, they think that they're these, these outliers.
Dude, that would be such an empty. You'll start getting evil, man. If you had that much freedom, that's why rich kids get so freaking. I bet.
This is what I'm saying. They don't.
So crazy.
It's not real. They're looking for this happiness where they can do whatever they want to do, but you still got to work.
Yeah, you still.
So
I mean, you still gotta
work,
you gotta think
listen.
of things to do, and then you start getting mad at yourself because you're not doing anything, and all that weighs on you. It's like life is heavy for everybody, no matter how what's it called. That's why they start doing evil stuff. I bet, man.
So you think evilness comes from complacency?
Idle hands are the devil's playthings.
Right, I've heard that before. What's is that scripture?
No, that is scripture.
Okay. Where, do you know the scripture?
No.
No.
Now you're trying me. Now you're trying me. I was last week.
You are allowed to quote scripture and not know the scripture. It's okay.
Yeah, but I wasn't quoting. Yeah.
This is you believing that I'm saying anything, which
you
I'm
said
not.
it. No, you just said you that. You said it in a.
What is that called when I do that? If I take what you say and then make it mean something, because it's something that I feel about myself.
Projection.
Yeah, you said it, not me. What's it called again?
I wasn't doing that, but whatever. What you're describing would be somebody that's projecting.
Okay,
That's not what was happening here. But that.
I'm glad we got that. I'm glad we got that clear.
I'm glad you're clearly describing somebody who projects.
Right. What else we got here? Is there anything else?
Yeah, we got one more, man. Yeah.
Mr. Selderman,
Stuart, what do you want to say to New York's Muslim community about your remarks? Stuart. What do you want to say to the Muslim community about your remarks, Stuart? Did you rape your daughter like Muhammad did? Did you rape your daughter like Muhammad?
I speak English.
You only speak English?
No speak English. No.
You don't speak English?
Yes.
All right. Well, that just shows how ignorant you are. Because Muhammad was a rapist. It says in the Hadith, in your holy book.
Who Muhammad?
What?
Who Muhammad?
Muhammad, your prophet. You know who he is.
My prophet?
Yeah. He was a rapist. He raped Aisha. Does it say that in the Hadith or not? You know that?
I don't speak English.
What?
No English.
You don't speak English? What do you speak? What do you speak? You speak Arabic? The language of the Quran? The Holy Quran? That some people use as a toilet? What do you think of that? People who use the Quran as a toilet? Does it bother you? Does it bother you? Tell me the truth.
I don't speak English.
You don't speak English? That's too bad. That's why you're selling food in a food cart. Because you're ignorant. But you should learn English. It'll help you.
Of course,
When they deport you back to Egypt, and the Mukhabarat wants to interview you for being
because I'm more cool.
the Mukhabarat in Egypt will get your parents.
Go.
Does your father like his fingernails? They'll take them out one by one.
يلا روح من هنا يلا go.
Why should I go? Why should I go? Tell me why I should go. I'm standing here. I'm an American. I have free. It's a free country. It's not like Egypt.
Now we've all seen.
Okay, that's enough. Let's turn that. Have you seen this or heard of it?
No, I never heard of this.
All right, this is one of Obama's administrators. He's a political.
Oh,
guy.
that's the guy. I heard of that happening. I didn't know if that was the video of it. Oh, that's hilarious.
I want to hear what you have to say. I don't want to even go first. Please.
Say this about.
What say you about this man who's been arrested for hate crimes?
I think first,
let me preface this.
All right.
We're asking the educator.
Nah.
We're asking the guy who is given the task to help create scholars. They're no longer students. They're scholars now. What say the educator about this man?
So are you asking, how do I feel about his comments?
No.
Specifically, how do I feel? How about I feel about the fact?
I don't want you to say how you feel about.
So how do I feel about the fact that he was Obama's national advisor, and now he's conducting himself in this way?
Okay.
No. Are you asking me? How do I feel that he's being indicted for a hate crime?
Right. Well, you know what? How do you feel about the clip? Period. I'm not gonna try to lure you into.
I mean, there's so many because there's a lot of places to go.
Yeah. Take it slow.
So, how I feel about the clip? I mean, these kinds of videos never really interest me as far as just some guy being all pissed, like has a lot of rage in him and stuff like that, and just bothering somebody minding their day to prove what some bigger governmental point about or cultural point, which is just pointless. It's a waste of time. I don't even understand why people feel compelled to do that sometimes, but that has to be some rage, because you got to sit there and do it. You got to just sit there and wait, hold some kind of court, and you don't even know if the person's picking up what you're putting down.
Right.
Now, as far as the Obama point, that's obviously hilarious, and that's just it's indicative of liberals. They are everything they say, and they say that other people are, or that the right is. They constantly show themselves. Every single thing they call them: racist, xenophobic, homophobic, what have you. They are that at some point in the matter. They are and they I don't even know how many more times they got to show you this, but but that's
so you're saying that this speaks to a bigger issue of
not an issue, just a bigger a pattern, a habit. That, and if you see patterns enough, I mean.
So what we're seeing is patterns of the people that are doing these jobs are opposite of what they say.
Especially people who are who most aggressively project the same way. You might say crazy evangelical preachers. You might distrust them, how they. Because sometimes it may come off as disingenuous. I mean, overcompensating, especially people who are really decked out. I'm still against that. You cannot be. I'm completely against being a decked out preacher. We prosperous
dressing a certain way.
The prosper. It's like a positivity and prosperity when it comes to the church. That's in a lot of black churches where they get super fresh, where it's almost welcome to dress in expensive clothes.
Right.
It's welcome to drive a Benz and stuff. That's weird to me. I can never reconcile that. But the hypocrisy, the liberal hypocrisy is just hilarious. It's so commonplace, it's a joke. Now the point of him being prosecuted for a hate crime, no, this isn't a hate crime. It's not a hate crime. I think he was being obnoxious and it's just as pointless and useless. I wouldn't think it was a hate crime if they were berating some black guy. People would get a lot more mad about it. But I disagree with being prosecuted as a hate crime, but I agree with him being socially alienated to a point, because that's gonna. I mean, how do you think this is gonna come off? What do you think is gonna happen? I don't.
My problem isn't with him. My problem is with anyone who thinks that this is jailable. Anyone who thinks that this is someone who belongs in a jail.
Yeah.
This is someone who does not belong in a jail. You do not belong in jail because you said the most ridiculous things out of your mouth. Even if he said the hadith talks about Muhammad,
raping.
what's the word we use? We use the opposite of the RAPE is EPAR.
I forgot what it's the
What's
D
EPA?
wait it's DPAR.
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 Which is the opposite, DPAR spelt in reverse is the word that the community guidelines are very, very strict about. You have to be very careful with the YouTube community guidelines, and we're very thankful to YouTube for allowing us to use this platform. But I will tell you this, I think it's absolutely insane to imagine, like, this man, he says in his rant that we live in America. And I don't think he ever thought that you could live in a country where the words that come out of your mouth could put you in handcuffs. And my question is, do we want to live in a world where the things that you say can land you into a jail?
And actually, he wasn't attacking the person; he was attacking the religion,
the whole culture.
Yeah,
right?
he was kind of just attacking that. Really, he really wasn't attacking the being person at all. So he's in jail for attacking a
whole group.
It's almost like heresy or something, or not heresy. That's against well, yeah. When you're speaking against some kind of church, but you're speaking against Islam. It's like it's not insult. He wasn't actually really insulting to the person on a personal basis in any way, shape, or form. Actually, really, I mean, what he said was rude and insulting in general, because their religion is part of the person. But they're insulting. So the fact that it'd be but I guess, yeah, because I guess if, say, you're berating somebody and saying, calling them the N-word, but then, yeah, I guess you're not really insulting the person then.
I guess
you're just insulting black people.
I think it's absolutely the future. We're looking at the future of America. There's a guy right now who's facing federal charges for talking about Hillary Clinton, calling her a murderer, whatever it was. This guy's he's been arrested and charged, federally charged, because they saying that his words were terroristic. My attitude is, I hate the idea that this country is turning into a place where you cannot say what you want to say because you will be afraid of going to jail. I would rather have this man say these words and we hear these words than have him hold that in and feel that way.
Because then it turns into real evil.
Yeah, it goes back to what I said many times, is that it's not the person who pushes you in front of the bus, it's the person who won't tell you the bus is coming. That's the most dangerous person, the person who's not telling you, yo, watch out, there's a bus coming, who's going to just sit back and quietly watch.
They can always really wipe their hands clean. Say, look, hey.
I had nothing to do with that. And look, I videotaped it. So, good. I think it was good that the man videotaped this barrage of insults. And I would tell you that this is probably not the first time he's videotaped, or this has happened to him. He's probably so fed of it that he decided to video this time. And it just so happened to be this person who's politically connected. But to put a man in handcuffs, give him the perp walk, and have him go in front of a grand jury, or have the district attorney go in front of a grand jury to indict this man for hate crimes, is the country that we should not want here in America. This is straight up communism.
Yeah, well, people cheering it on is what the issue is, because this is how you get to an evil police communist state, you do it through good intentions. That's where you get the
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not for that. And I have friends that are communists, and I have friends that are Marxists.
They don't know what that is. They don't know what it means. That's why they're that.
Marxists don't know what it means.
Marxist literally that's part of being Marxist. Part of the definition is not knowing exactly what it is or what it looks like. I'm telling you, it's actually Marxist to really explain it, man.
Yeah, well, some of the they're not friends. Let me rephrase that. My associates, some associates of mine that are communists, that are socialists, that are Marxists, they seem to understand, and I had one Marxist recently say that he's all for more taxes because he believes in taxes are good. So I was like, he's definitely.
That's like the smallest, small. Not even barely a part of a freaking Marxism. The higher taxes.
Right. Yeah, we're talking about.
They just take property. You just forget taxes.
Right. The whole concept that we all should only be driving if we need to drive, and then we all should be all in the same kind of car is kind of weird to me too. Yeah. But this is what makes America so great. The fact that somebody can buy a Cadillac and somebody can buy a RAV4. And we can have these different levels of what we want and what we like, opposed to the government dictating what our phones should look like and what our cars should be, and more work and more taxes. So I always find that strange that people are all for that. But I digress on that. This is definitely moving us into a much more police state.
Yeah.
If this is allowed to happen, I think we need to have Muslims fighting for this man to not be in jail because of his ignorance, because then it'll be reversed on the Muslim. Yeah, but I'm just saying that's the only way to attack this, is not to have regular people. People should say, I'm glad he said what he said. It just shows what people think. People are entitled to their opinions. He's entitled to read whatever he read and come to the assumptions that Aisha was okay. Somebody testing out their brakes.
Is that what they do?
I don't know. But
why they speed up just to slow down?
They're feeling good about the new car, maybe.
So scary.
Let me see what this bad boy can do. Anyway. All right, so what do we have next? Do we have anything next? That was the last one?
That's the last one you said.
Well, let me just have the last word on this conversation here. If we're not careful, and if we're not laser focused, this concept of hate crimes could be broad stroke like you have no idea, and you'll land yourself in someone's jail, and you'll be buying the commissary and eating that soy crap, and you'll be in somebody's prison. And let me tell you, the cops are going to just say, I only did my job, I was only doing my job. So be very, very careful. You should be disgusted by this conversation, and not disgusted by what the man had to say. Who cares what this man believes happened to Aisha, and what happens to your fingernails, and what happens to when you get deported? All this stuff, who cares what this man thinks? This is one man. And if we try to act like getting rid of a thought like this is going to solve anything, you're sadly mistaken. The future for our children are going to be grim, slim to none. It's going to be disgusting. You have any last words on this?
Sadly, I'm becoming increasingly numb to that idea when it comes to it. So, I think the sad thing is I begin to remove myself from it instead of, deliberately try to fight against it. And, it's not a world I look forward to living in.
Where will you remove yourself to?
No, remove myself from it emotionally.
Emotionally. So you become inept.
No, indifferent.
Indifferent.
Yeah. So I still think about it, but now I don't know. I have an emotional blockade to it, even though it's definitely truly a scary thing. But I don't know if I was to truly engage myself into it, and to look back at those years, the 2020 years and then the 2019 years when I was so into it, man. That was just the emotionally intense time. I don't think I even worn off from all the tension. I still have it's almost like prison tension I have in my shoulders.
You mean for just having certain political views about where we're going and where this country is going to be? You're saying
not political views, just that all the things that are coming out, the level of I guess the societal gaslighting, man, was just crazy. That was unreal to watch in real time. That's
the societal gaslighting.
It's
true.
It's
true.
it's like seeing something not of real life. It really was in being in a book or a movie, and to be so removed it was crazy to be emotionally in it, because you really thought you thought if something can get this absurd or this crazy, it can only get way worse and way scarier and way crazier.
Right. So, one of the reasons why I became a bit of a nomad was for these same exact reasons. When 2016, around the time I woke up to this reality that we're in, and I was just like, wait a minute, I became a bit of a prepper, I have water filtrations, I have, sleeping bags, I have, gasoline in barrels, I have generators, I have tons of this stuff that I have, especially when I thought the dollar was going to collapse in 2015, 2016 is when I started to really go oh my God, what are we doing? I was starting to go crazy. And I could see how you can just see this stuff and just go, you know what? I don't want to go crazy. I can't control this. I can't. Can we stop? Can we stop what's happening?
I mean, no, this is crazy in a different way, but to be, so, emotionally removed, because it's like when you start to feel again, it's just probably that. Probably all comes together like a.
Right.
Crazy, man.
I'm Big Elvis the Chef Rosenberg.
I'm Ulrich.
And we're Premium Black News, and you are loved. Wait a minute. We didn't even look at anything that anyone said. Should we?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see. Steve Ladner, what up, buddy?
Oof, oof.
Should we go from let's go from the beginning. All right, Steve Ladner.
Steve Ladner's up in the chat. My jacked up father-in-law went to the emergency room yesterday. He calls me a conspiracy theorist. Hey, I feel you, Steve, man.
Right.
If you mention the word completion outside of this states, most people would laugh at you. What's that mean?
Completion outside of the states, most people would laugh at you. I don't know. What's up, Peter Griffin?
Cheers to you too, Peter Griffin.
That's fake nonsense.
I don't know what it is, but last time I was in Venezuela, children were making trinkets out of the worthless currency, selling it to foreigners so they could purchase food.
Right.
Man, I'm sure it's freaking crazy. It's depressing. When you get to be my age, body count don't. Bro, people don't answer return questions. Yo, I feel you. Steve Ladner,
Bro,
that's
people
great.
don't ask immature
I can't believe anything. Yeah, that's true, Steve. I agree with you.
Robish 3,000. Wait, Rob 3,000-ish.
As a man, I realize that all women have a past, but while she's over here, it's my turn. What? While she's over here, it's my turn. Low body count would, period. Ideal in experiencing a from the ground up connection. Is this a new person too,
Robish? No, he's been around for a year, at least a year.
All right, what's up, Robish? Sorry, I never really saluted you.
We used to have Rob Lowe 2000 or 3000.
Okay.
So now he's Rob Lowe. He's Rob 3000-ish.
All right. What does One Fish? I think that's a place where he.
Oh yeah, One Fish, Two Fish was a very popular seafood restaurant. It was always good to take a date, to the seafood where they always want some seafood.
Yeah, and said, Elvis, you're a very lucky man to have a real wife that has your back.
That's a fact.
Yeah, definitely. Right. Freedom of speech is freedom of speech. If you don't like what someone has to say, you're free to ignore them. True that.
Right,
I
right.
command you. Yeah. Now, all right. Now that guy was a freaking menace being at his place of business because that guy can't really move. So he is his crime is being a menace, but that's not punishable by law.
Right.
All right. I would like to hear a teacher explain what is hate speech. How do I
It's a
describe?
new in jail.
It's a made up word. There we go. It's a made up phrase. Also, this is just one video of day after day of him talking and talking. I guess he's referring to the guy who
Right.
Obama's former. There's no such thing as a hate crime.
Right.
Are you referring to the Russian speech hate crime? Hate crimes?
Yeah, I don't believe it.
No.
That's called thought crime. Come on.
He works for the State Department. You won't see a day in jail. Yeah, State Department.
Right.
They want to deal with freaking UN. I live in deep Southwest Texas and see schools with Lyndon Johnson's name on top. I mean, I've never met a Hispanic person that actually knows what he said and his goals were. Yeah,
Right.
just meant they see the Civil Rights Act.
Right.
That guy was supposed to help with two-state solution negotiations.
We have a new person.
Commie Hilfinger. Commie Hilfinger. I just got that. That's funny.
That's good.
How can power to the people be? Yo, is this Daniel B?
How can power to the people be wrong?
The last few years have proven that most people will gladly climb into cattle's car. Is that a sheep reference?
Right.
People are sheep. Or,
Yeah.
If you're not prepared to stand shoulder to shoulder and fight for another person's rights, you don't have any rights.
Right. Exactly. Well, Benjamin Franklin said, I believe it was Benjamin Franklin. He says that if you give up security, I think it was Benjamin Franklin. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
but he said that if you give up security for a little bit of freedom, or you give up a little bit of freedom for a sense of security, you don't deserve neither. So it's like, these people are saying these are hate crimes. We need justice for the hate crimes. So they're willing to give up a little bit of their freedom. They're willing to let people get arrested and processed and fingerprinted and maybe even their DNA taken next, just so they can have this sense of safety and security. You don't deserve safety and security if you're giving up your freedom.
That's just peace of mind. It's
in
not
order
tangible.
to do it. It's not tangible. This guy is ranting and raving at this guy standing in a little these things happen. I'm sure it's happened to him so many times that he's like, I'm videotaping the next person that does this to me. I'm sick of this. Because, we have this whole thing going on with the small hats over there trying to open up that new canal. Let's keep it. Let's
look. I understand the guy filing some kind of complaint, like a harassment complaint, because this can hurt. If he's coming here ranting and raving, or something like that.
He's there every day.
I can get that. Yeah, but yeah. So I get in some way people saying, all right, dude, what did you just supposed to stay there? I get like doing something like that, but that whole hate crime, come on, man, you doing too much. As a business, the thing that's hurt most is a business.
And there's not enough outrage. People need to be more outraged by this. People need to be like, yo, what the hell? Like that whole thing that happened with John Morant when he wasn't, no, not John Morant. John Morant was the kid with the gun.
Yeah.
The other one who shared that post about the Israelites and stuff like that. He was
I don't even know.
Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant shared, who's the one who shared a post about a movie? And it was a documentary, and there was this huge basketball player.
Oh, Kyrie? It was Kyrie Irving, yeah.
Kyrie Irving shared a post. I said everybody in the NBA should have been sharing it. That's how you solve that problem, is that he shared it, now we're all going to share it. Leave it alone. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, they came down on him like he was, like, you see, so this is what I'm saying. It's progressing. These are not hate crimes. These are thought crimes.
Yeah.
People are changing. Like when you're a kid and you're mad at the world, like that's normal.
Yeah, and these new 18-year, and that's why they want to lower the voting age, because these new 18-year-olds are probably what they wanted to be 16, 15, 14-year-olds are going to think, you know what, this is how life ought to be. It's better this way, that we're not allowed to think bad things, because bad things leads to bad actions. I'm telling you, these kids are going to, but actually, these new kids don't really think like that, because the kids in my class, I think, since a lot of them come from foreign households, they're a little more, kind of, I guess they have a little more of a brain.
Right. Yeah, but that's the demographic of where you're working at.
Yeah. No, I'm saying no. That's my
section of the city
glimmer of hope.
Yeah. It's all anecdotal.
Yeah.
What you're experiencing.
Yeah, but it's all anecdotal.
It's all anecdotal. Everything is anecdotal. Of course. Where's the study for that? Quote me a study. Cite me that. Cite me that study. Well, I will cite you this study. Ulrich is my guy.
Always will be.
I'm Big Elvis the Chef Rosenberg. Oh, did we do the woke quote of the day? We didn't do that. Oh, and we didn't do what we're not going to talk about. We're not talking about Kim Kardashian and her little smart-ass mouth daughter. Oh, my God. We are not talking about that. This little girl is got to be the sassiest little fat girl I ever seen. Like, it's just ridiculous. Her hair, her baby hairs, her ponytail clip, all of it. I can't stand that little girl. I can't stand the way they're raising her and how they are exploiting this child. Every chance she gets, she has this little girl on camera just being so rude. I mean, so rude to her mother.
I mean, what do you expect?
Like, Jesus Christ. We're not going to talk about that. What else we're not going to talk about? Hassan Campbell.
Yeah, who's that again?
Hassan Campbell is the YouTuber. He's a real big YouTuber from the Bronx. Him and Africa Bambaataa were lovers. And then he goes to we talked about this. We talked about this years ago. And then he goes to the projects, and he's standing on a Sunday morning live after what a induced night. He looked like he was on that they handed him. He took, and he's yelling and screaming about Cassie getting money from Diddy, but nothing is happening good for him. Mind you, he has 475,000 subscribers and is making over $30,000 a month on YouTube. And
maybe he's getting garnished.
He's screaming at the top of his lungs that they started to throw glass at him. They started to throw bottles at him. So now he's ranting and raving and screaming at the people that are throwing bottles at him. What happens? He starts screaming how, come downstairs and do it to me in my face. Well, they came downstairs and they put something hot in his arm.
He shot?
Bing bong, yes they did. And he made it to the hospital. He's okay, he's fine. He showed the bullet supposedly, and you know, it appears to be legit. But what I'm saying to you is, we ain't gonna talk about Hassan Campbell. What else are we not gonna talk about? Diddy has now 3 more people trying to get him to pay. We ain't gonna talk about those. We're not gonna, when it rains it pours, right? What else? But if he was a true billionaire, it's nothing. What did 50 Cent say? Have a baby by me, be a millionaire. So, you know, I guess you get sexually assaulted by him, you be a millionaire. But he's not a real billionaire. All right, so we're not gonna talk about Diddy not being a real billionaire.
Yeah.
What are we gonna? Oh, and I heard his tequila is trying to get away from him. So now he already lost Ciroc. Yeah, he was the brand ambassador, fake owner, and now the tequila. So we're not going to talk about that. What else we're not going to talk about? There's so much we're not going to talk about that I can't even.
There's just so much news piling every day, man.
I'm always out of it, man. Distractions are everywhere. We are being pulled from every direction.
A lot of the news
there's something for everyone. Yeah.
A lot of news I get from Elvis is complete news to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, Shraggy?
Like,
yeah. We had a good week in review, I guess.
A lot of stuff. We got to stuff our faces. I don't know what that was.
Maybe you're still talking about Turkey Day.
No, that weird cough.
Oh, I don't know
Yeah.
that was
I was like, whatever's in this juice.
that was evil
bad.
coming out. Anyway, I guess I don't want to say goodbye, but I have to say goodbye. Thank you.
Talk, folks. Still be
You
next
are
week.
appreciated. You are respected. And I must tell you, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I love you.
That was an intense stare after, man.
That's a fact.